It could all be so simple. It really could. Hi, how are you? I would say good morning, but I don't know if it'll still be morning by the time I post this video. So for now, good day. How are you? I hope your day is going good. I just want to have a quick chat. Something's been on my mind that might be of interest to you. We'll see. So I've been reading the Bible lately. I'm doing this whole Bible plan that's on the Bible app, and it's geared to help me read the Bible, the entire Bible, in 365 days, so in 1 year. And what I have found really interesting in my reading and in my studying is that almost every single person that's mentioned in the Bible has had to go through some type of struggle in order to achieve any amount of success. And I just find that so interesting. Now, as humans, it's sort of like, why does this have to be? We don't necessarily understand the big picture of it all. We're not the creator. And so I don't know where your mind may go, but for me, my mind automatically goes to like, why does it have to be that way? Why can't we just have this success? Why can't we just live in abundance and joy and harmony without the struggle? But what I've come to realize in reading is that, and not just in reading, but in studying the Bible and studying life, if you will, and just based on my experiences, is that everything pretty much has an equal but opposite reaction. So in order to achieve great success, really you have to go through hardship first. And I know that it is very frustrating. And sometimes I'm like, if I had created the world, there wouldn't be any struggle. There'd just be joy and happiness and success. But I've realized that in reading that was probably like the initial plan, right? But see, people aren't perfect. And so, oh, it's so funny how we literally are our own demise. It could all be so simple. It really could. But people, we really are our own demise. We really be our own downfall. But that's expected. And I feel like because that's expected, God set it up so that our struggles don't have to be for nothing. And I found that it's sort of this natural law that like every living creature goes through some type of struggle or pain to achieve growth and success. And I was reminded the other day of this experiment that I learned about when I was really young, because I used to be really into science and stuff. But there was this experiment done with butterflies, and you probably heard of this because it's often used as sort of this analogy for growth. But it was a real experiment. It was an experiment done by a group of scientists that wanted to see what would happen if you helped a butterfly break out of its cocoon. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, why were you thinking about that? Like, you were curious enough to go, what would happen if I cut open this cocoon? But anyways, so basically in the experiment, the group of butterflies that had the assistance of having their cocoon cut open never learned to use their wings. Their wings were not strong enough to fly, so they ended up having wings, but having wings that didn't work. And so they ended up just being walking butterflies. And walking butterflies, they can survive, but the likelihood is just like very slim to none. So pretty much because they have the extra assistance, because they didn't go through the struggle of breaking out of the cocoon on their own and strengthening up their wings, they died. They perished. I know, so sad, right? But that is a great analogy of growth and success in our own lives. That oftentimes, in order for us to really achieve any type of success, any type of growth, like real growth, you have to experience some growing pains. And it's not fun going through those growing pains, but it is necessary because most of the time, the things that we need to do, the hard things that we need to do, are what push us to become better people. Let's say, for instance, you have always been a people pleaser. Like, you've always been a people pleaser to the point where you don't even know what you like and don't like for yourself because you've spent so much of your life just doing what other people wanted you to do. And let's say you finally get to a point where maybe you were in therapy, maybe you've been doing some research and you finally figure it out that you're a people pleaser. The only way for you to really grow past that and to stop being a people pleaser is to take the action and stop people pleasing. You got to tell some people no. And that's not going to be easy if you've been people pleasing your whole life. You got to tell some people no. You got to figure out what you actually like. You may have to even cut some people off. Completely cut some people off. Like, blocked on everything. And that's not easy. That's actually very painful to go through and experience. But it's necessary to get to a place where you are finally confident in yourself, in what you enjoy, where you're finally knowledgeable in what you actually want to do with your life. It takes some struggling. It's going to take some tough experiences. And like I told my fiance the other day when I was talking about this with him, if you get to a point where you finally realize what you are, what your struggle is, and you know what you need to do, but you don't take the actionable steps needed to grow, if you just sit there in the cocoon and you don't flap your wings and break out, you're going to end up being a walking butterfly. You may have the capability and the knowledge to do what needs to be done, but if you don't actually do it, you're going to have wings that don't work. You're going to be a walking butterfly. And I don't know about you, but I've never seen a walking butterfly. I know butterflies can walk, but we don't see them when they're walking. Nobody wants to be a walking butterfly. I think even a butterfly wouldn't want to be a walking butterfly because that's just ridiculous. What's the purpose of even having the wings? What's the purpose of even gaining the knowledge and information if you're not going to use it? If you're not going to actually do the thing that you know you need to do? What is even the purpose? Right? A lot of the time in our lives, when we are ready to get to the next stage, God would isolate us, similar to a caterpillar being isolated in its cocoon. And that is the moment where we are supposed to develop the knowledge and the skills that we need in order to break out. How a caterpillar grows its wings inside of that cocoon. You will be in isolation so that you can, rest, but for the most part, so that you can learn what needs to be done in order for you to get to that next stage of your life. And learning what needs to be done is not all that needs to be done. That's the first step. That's just the beginning. You have to actually put in the work. You gotta move. You gotta take actionable steps. You gotta learn what you need to do, implement it, and then you can grow. And a lot of the time, we're in isolation and we're gathering so much information, especially in this day and age with TikTok and the internet. It's crazy. There's so much information out there. You can overconsume information and get stuck in this just like learning phase, but you will never actually experience any real growth until you start moving. You got to get up and move. You got to flap those wings. You got to strengthen them up. You got to practice what you've been learning. You got to at least try some stuff out. Otherwise, babe, when the curtains finally open, you're going to be a walking butterfly. You're going to be out here on the ground, not being able to use your wings, get stepped on by all kinds of predators, not being able to find any food or survive. It just ain't going to be good for you. Now, I did look this up because I was interested. I am a bit of a geek sometimes. Not sometimes, which I'm a whole geek. I love learning stuff. But I did look this up, and apparently butterflies can walk. And if a butterfly never learns to use its wings, it technically can survive just with assistance. And most of the time, it has to be a great amount of assistance and help. It needs to become a house pet, basically. If you were to translate that to our reality, you'd basically be a crutch to somebody all the time because you know what to do, but you're not doing what you need to do. Or you don't have the capability to do what you need to do because you never actually practice what you learned. And so you become a crutch for other people, always needing help, always needing assistance, always needing guidance because you never actually learned to do what it is that you were supposed to do. But I think I set it up on that. Don't be a walking butterfly. And I'm not just talking just to talk. These are things that I have learned for myself. I am actively doing. You see me here because I'm taking steps. I'm putting in the work. I'm moving. This is movement right here. Movement doesn't have to be this big old grand thing. That's one of the things that I've been trying to sort of erase from my mindset, is that taking a step doesn't have to be a big step, right? It doesn't have to be the final step. It doesn't have to be big toe on the start line and heel toe on the finish line. It can be baby steps. All right. It can be baby steps. It can be tiptoe, tiptoe. But you have to get some type of momentum going. You got to do some type of movement. You got to do something. It can be the smallest thing. Do something that is going to at least get you started and where you need to be. This is none of your business, but I'm going to tell you anyway. I've been pushing myself to upload at least one video a day for as long as I can keep it up, really. I'm trying to start with 60 days, but really for as long as I can keep it up. And not in the hopes that like I achieve virality or become famous, which I know is like most people's end goal. I don't care about being famous. What I care about is learning the actual skills that I need to achieve the growth that I want to see for myself. I love being a content creator. I love making content. I love sharing my knowledge with the world. I love being able to teach in the comfort of my own home. And I love being able to enjoy what I do. And I want to be able to do that in the most efficient way possible. So that is pretty much my mindset in doing this. I'm looking to gain some efficiency. I have gone from filming, editing, and uploading one single video in a whole month. It used to take me a whole month to produce one piece of content, and I have taken that and shortened it down to a single day. Film, edit, and upload in a single day, and I'm so proud of myself. And I'm hoping I can keep it up and become even more efficient. Maybe I can start doing multiple videos a day. I'm that efficient, right? She's that girl. But that is my goal. That is my mindset. That is where I see myself going and growing. And I challenge you to find somewhere to start in your growth journey, whether it be, I don't know, walking for 10 minutes a day, whether it be reading a couple pages of a book every day. You can start the Bible plan that I was talking about. It's just reading a few verses of the Bible a day. And at the end of 365 days, you would have read the whole entire Bible. And you could say that I read the entire Bible from start to finish. But you have to start somewhere. Anyway, I hope this video encourages you. I hope you learned something from it. And if you did, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and share it with somebody else that could benefit from it. Don't be a gatekeeper. We know knowledge is everything. This is information that everyone deserves to know if they didn't know already. And if you like this type of content, let me know down in the comment section. I may not always respond to like every single comment. Okay, don't come for me. But I do always read the comments. They are a good guide for letting me know what type of content I should and should not keep making. So if you like this video and this type of content, give the video a thumbs up and let me know down in the comments. Also, if you are not subscribed already, do we have beef? I hope not. Go ahead and subscribe to this YouTube channel and join the Soulful Shenanigans family. We all would love to have you. This community is all about growing and becoming better versions of ourselves. There is always room and opportunity for growth. And so we aim to encourage everyone to continue being better. But that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, especially all the way through to the end. You are a real one for that. Well, thank you so much. Love you. I appreciate you. And I will see you in the next video.